Most men over 60 own belts. Almost none of them are wearing them in a way that actually pulls the rest of the outfit together. It's rarely the belt itself that's the problem, it's the small decisions made around it. It's not the belt's fault. It's the leather, the width, the buckle. Small details most men stop thinking about the moment a belt simply fits through the loops. Fix those three things and the exact same outfit suddenly looks entirely different. That difference alone shapes how people read the rest of your outfit before you even say a word. On this channel, we focus on classic menswear and practical style for men who want to look sharp, masculine, and respected. No trends, no noise, just what actually works for real life, for real bodies, and for men who don't want to overthink getting dressed. Just what actually works for real life day after day without chasing whatever trend is popular this season. Today I'm walking you through exactly how to wear a belt the right way after 60. The leather, the width, the buckle, and the fit that actually work together instead of quietly clashing. These are adjustments you can apply immediately using pieces you likely already own. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how one or two well-chosen belts can quietly sharpen almost every single outfit you already own. No guesswork, no wasted purchases, just a handful of decisions you can trust going forward. The belt is one of the smallest pieces in your entire outfit, and yet most men over 60 completely ignore how it relates to everything else they're wearing. This one habit alone is quietly responsible for more outdated outfits than any single piece of clothing. Here's the part nobody talks about. A black belt with brown shoes, or a brown belt with black shoes, breaks the outfit instantly, even if everything else is done right. It's a small detail, but it's exactly the kind of thing that separates sharp from careless at a glance. The fix is simple. Match your belt leather tone to your shoe leather tone as closely as possible every single time you get dressed. That one change is often the difference between an outfit that reads intentional and one that doesn't. Picture this. You're heading to dinner. Brown leather shoes, a matching brown leather belt, dark trousers. The whole look reads coordinated instantly, without any extra effort. Nothing loud, nothing forced, just quietly sharp from head to toe. This is where most men get it completely wrong. They treat the belt as an afterthought instead of a piece that genuinely connects the entire outfit together. It's a small omission with an outsized effect on how finished the whole outfit looks. If your shoe collection spans both black and brown, keep one belt in each tone so you're always covered no matter what outfit you build. Getting this detail right pays off in every single outfit you build afterward. The texture matters too. A smooth leather shoe pairs best with a smooth leather belt, while suede pairs more naturally with a textured leather option. That's a small rule, but it consistently separates a sharp outfit from a dated one. This sounds small, but it changes everything. A matched belt and shoe combination is one of the fastest signals of real attention to detail. The eye now has a clear, deliberate path to follow across the whole outfit. Takeaway: your belt and shoes should always be in conversation with each other. Mismatched tones quietly undercut an otherwise sharp outfit every time. It's a 5-second decision that pays off every single time you make it. Belt width is a detail most men over 60 never think about, and yet it quietly affects how formal or casual the entire outfit ends up reading. That habit sticks around far longer than it probably should, simply out of comfort. Here's the part nobody talks about. A wide, casual belt worn with tailored trousers looks noticeably out of place and immediately unbalanced. The difference between the two often comes down to a single small decision. The fix is a slim belt, around 1 to 1¼ inches wide, reserved specifically for dress trousers and clean chinos. Either mistake pulls attention toward the wrong part of the outfit entirely. Picture this. You're dressing for a smart, casual outing. A slim leather belt with a small buckle instantly looks more refined and considered. That small detail is what separates sharp from sloppy almost instantly. This is where most men get it completely wrong. They use one wide casual belt for every single outfit, whether it's dressy or genuinely relaxed. Nobody in the room questions whether you thought about what you're wearing. Save a slightly wider belt, closer to 1.5 inches, strictly for jeans and the most relaxed weekend occasions available. One small piece, two completely different impressions depending on how it's handled. The buckle should scale with the width, too. A slim belt calls for a smaller, understated buckle, not something large, bulky, or flashy. That's the entire secret, and it rarely takes more than a few seconds to apply. This sounds small, but it changes everything about how formal your lower half reads, regardless of what shirt or jacket you're wearing. A small, low-cost fix, and the payoff is noticeable every time you wear it. Takeaway: width should always match formality. A slim belt for dress trousers, a slightly wider one for jeans, and never the reverse. Consistent, controlled, and reliable, that's the version worth actually keeping. A novelty belt buckle might have felt like personality in years past, but on a man over 60 it usually reads as distracting instead of expressive. It's a detail most men learn to ignore, right up until someone points it out. Here's the part nobody talks about. A large, branded, or decorative buckle pulls the eye straight to your waist, and rarely for a good reason. That single detail does more visual work than most men ever give it credit for. The mistake is thinking a bold buckle adds character. In reality, it usually just competes with everything else you happen to be wearing. There's rarely a middle ground here, only right or noticeably off. The fix is a simple, understated buckle in silver or gunmetal tone. Nothing oversized, nothing heavily branded or unnecessarily ornate. That's the entire secret to making this piece feel current and considered. Picture this: a casual gathering with friends. A plain, quiet buckle lets the rest of your outfit do the talking, and it works every single time. Every detail here says intentional, not accidental or thrown together at the last minute. This is where most men get it completely wrong. They treat the buckle as a statement piece instead of a quiet, supporting background detail. It's a small choice with a surprisingly large effect on the whole outfit. A clean, classic buckle photographs better, ages better, and pairs with far more of your wardrobe than any decorative alternative ever will. Something that hangs or sits naturally always reads more confident than something forced. This sounds small, but it changes everything about how considered the rest of your outfit appears even at a quick passing glance. That contrast is subtle, but it's exactly what separates thoughtful from careless. Takeaway: let your belt stay quiet. A simple buckle will always outperform a loud one on a man who wants to look genuinely put together. Remember this simple principle, and this piece never lets you down again. Belt length is the detail that quietly gives away a rushed outfit, and almost no one ever stops to actually check it before heading out. That hesitation keeps a genuinely useful detail sitting unused far too often. Here's the part nobody talks about. A belt with too much excess tail flapping past the first loop looks sloppy no matter how nice the leather is. Most men have simply never taken the time to notice the difference. The fix is simple. The tail should end neatly within the first belt loop after the buckle, with absolutely no excess hanging loose. One small fix, and the entire outfit suddenly reads more intentional. Picture this: you're getting dressed for the day. A properly sized belt with a clean short tail instantly looks more intentional and considerably more tidy. That single choice is never worth the trade-off it creates elsewhere in the outfit. This is where most men get it completely wrong. They keep wearing an old belt that's stretched out or was never sized correctly in the first place. One small adjustment, and the whole combination reads noticeably sharper. If your belt consistently leaves a long tail, it's time for a smaller size, not just tightening it further to compensate for it. No extra effort required, just a smarter way to wear what you already own. A well-fitted belt should sit comfortably around the third or fourth hole, never at the very first or very last available notch. A defined line here works in your favor far more than people expect. This sounds small, but it changes everything about how finished your entire outfit looks the moment someone glances at your waist. Nothing new to buy, just a smarter way to use what's already in your closet. Takeaway: a properly sized belt disappears naturally into the outfit. An improperly sized one is often the very first thing people notice. It's the kind of detail that photographs well and feels effortless to maintain. One of the biggest mistakes men over 60 make is wearing the exact same belt for every single occasion, no matter what the setting actually calls for. The same habit, repeated outfit after outfit, stops working long before most men notice. Here's the part nobody talks about. A belt can shift the entire formality of an outfit up or down depending entirely on what you pair it with. That single shift in mindset opens up far more versatility than expected. For business or dressier settings, a slim, polished leather belt in black or dark brown is always the safest, sharpest choice available to you. A small effort here reads as considerably more intentional than skipping it. Picture this: a relaxed weekend outing. A slightly worn, casual leather belt with jeans feels appropriate and genuinely natural in that setting. That extra bit of attention is the entire difference in how the outfit reads. This is where most men get it completely wrong. They wear a dressy, polished belt with jeans or a casual belt with tailored trousers. Every piece here is doing double duty, practical and put together at once. Keep two belts in steady rotation, one polished and slim for dressier occasions, one slightly more casual for jeans and relaxed weekend wear. That assumption alone keeps a genuinely useful detail stuck in one narrow lane. This sounds small, but it changes everything. Matching the belt to the occasion completes an outfit in a way most men consistently overlook. A quiet choice here reads considerably more expensive than a loud one. Takeaway: your belt should match the moment, not just your shoes. Two well-chosen belts will genuinely cover nearly everything you need. One small decision, and the whole outfit levels up almost instantly. Now here's the part that ties absolutely everything together. If you remember nothing else from this entire video, remember this simple formula. Skip this step, and every other decision in this video loses some of its impact. First, match the leather tone of your belt to your shoes as closely as possible every single time you get dressed for the day. Somewhere in the middle of these extremes is what actually works for most men. Second, the width. Slim for dress trousers and chinos, slightly wider for jeans and the most relaxed casual occasions you have. This single detail decides whether the outfit flatters or fights your frame. Third, the buckle. Simple, understated, and quiet. Never oversized, heavily branded, or unnecessarily decorative in any obvious way. Anything past that point starts to read as careless rather than intentional. Fourth, the length. A clean, short tail that ends within the first loop, never long, stretched, or hanging visibly loose. That detail matters more than most men ever stop to consider. Fifth, the occasion. Polished and slim for dressier settings, casual and slightly wider for jeans and genuinely relaxed weekend wear. A small, low-cost fix can outperform an expensive piece worn the wrong way. This sounds simple, but it changes everything. Once you dial in these 5 details, your belt stops being an afterthought entirely. A few reliable pieces will always outperform a closet full of ones worn carelessly. A well-dressed man over 60 doesn't need a drawer full of belts. He needs two that are properly sized, well-matched, and genuinely versatile. That's the entire goal. Less deciding, more simply getting dressed and moving on. So here's a question for you. Which belt mistake are you still making right now? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. I'll pick a few answers and cover them properly in a future video. And if you want straightforward, no-nonsense style advice made for men who value confidence over trends, go ahead and subscribe to this channel today. New videos go up regularly, all built around this same practical approach. In the next video, I'll show you the right way to wear jeans after 60. The fit, the wash, and the mistakes quietly aging your entire outfit without you realizing it.